I'm the best boxer in the UFC, baby. These are gonna go.
Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Salam alaikum to everyone.
Max Blast Holloway versus the almighty Arnold Allen goes down this Saturday in Kansas City, America. Before we get to my prediction, make sure to like this video, guys, and subscribe to the channel. I would highly appreciate that. It's one click, means a lot. Thank you so much, guys. Now let's give you my prediction for this fight. So we have to see. Holloway, his last fight was a pretty sad one for all Holloway fans and for himself, because he fought Volko for the third time. Many people thought in the first two times, for your information, if you don't know it, he lost 3 times in 3 fights against Volkanovski, Alexander the Great Volkanovski. And many people thought in the first 2 fights he might have gotten robbed. Many people thought Max won these 2 fights. So we had a lot of hope coming into the third fight, and he got beat down pretty dominantly by Volkanovski, right? So many people are saying now, yeah, Max is looking old, Max is slow, blah, blah, blah. The only reason he's winning fights because of his chin. And I see why they make these claims, because in this fight against Volko, Max just looked like a shadow of himself. He couldn't really land on Volko. He looked kind of slow, like...
You're too slow and too stiff. You're stiff as a board.
He got hit a lot, which, like, a chin doesn't get better the more you get hit. So I see why they make these claims, but we have to see. Sometimes, and I don't try to make excuses, sometimes you just have an off night, which is possible, and Volko is just as good as it gets. We have to see that. If you look at the last 2 fights though, before that fight, I mean, he fought Kattar where he had the single most dominant and best performance a UFC fighter has ever had. If you have never watched that fight, watch it right now, because it's just pure insanity. So after that, he fought Yair Rodriguez, where he also looked good. I mean, Yair is the fastest striker in that whole division, and he kept up with him on the feet and took him down, fought very smartly. It was a very good fight. A very even fight, but a very good fight against the now interim champion, you know what I mean? And Arnold Allen on the other side, of course, is on a forever winning streak, has never lost in the UFC. It's not the biggest finisher, same as Max. Max once was a finisher. Don't forget, Max was on a 13-fight winning streak once, beat Aldo twice via finish. Crazy times. I miss the old Max. But yeah, Allen had some good wins, beat Dan Hooker by a finish, even though I believe that's just because Dan Hooker cut a lot of weight and everything, but not trying to take anything away from Arnold Allen. He looked phenomenal out there. Last time around, I fought Kattar. Looked good, wasn't like, I don't even remember if he was winning the fight, but it was very even. Like, Allen wasn't dominating, but Kattar then popped out the shoulder, if I'm remembering it right, or his knee. That's bad research here of me. I'm very sorry. I don't remember it perfectly, but Kattar just got hurt, and the fight had to be stopped. But Allen is on a crazy winning streak. Yes. The only problem I see for Allen is he has never fought 5 rounds before. Correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I'm concerned, he has never fought 5 rounds. He was scheduled for 5 rounds against Kattar, but he didn't fight 5 rounds. So Max Holloway, in his last, I think, 10 fights or whatever, fought 5 rounds. Not all 5 rounds, but fought main events. And I think in his last like 5 or 6 fights, or even more, fought 5 rounds, the complete 5 rounds, finished the 5 rounds, 25-minute experience. And this is a lot of value in my opinion, because of course it also wears on your body, but if you are that experienced in 5 rounds, you're so good at managing your gas tank and your output for these 5 rounds. The whole fight is built around these 5 rounds. A 3-round fight is so different, so different to fight for the game plan, for the amount of energy, the amount of output and everything, and Arnold is not used to it. Now, I don't say it's a magic to fight 5 rounds and Arnold has no chance because of that. No, but that favors Max a lot in my opinion. And Max is a guy that's so durable with his chin and will just come at you for 5 rounds. He will not stop.
You hit me, I'm still coming. And I'm coming all night long.
And Arnold Allen, I mean, I don't say he has a bad gas tank or something, but I don't feel like Allen has the same cardio as Max. I mean, when Allen put it on Dan Hooker in the Dan Hooker fight, you saw that he slowed down there for a couple of seconds because he couldn't get Dan Hooker out of there, which is smart of him, but he looked a little bit fatigued there in the first round after his output. Dan finished him with the second round of output that he gave Hooker, but still, he looked kind of fatigued there. So I could really see a benefit there for Holloway. Allen has the reach advantage, which you might not expect, but he has the reach advantage, but Max has the lag reach advantage, and I think Max will definitely use that. Throw a lot of front kicks. If you watch Max fights, that's what he likes to do, throwing front kicks, flying knees, like exploding into your range. Max is not the type of guy that just jabs, like Max likes to explode into you. And I think this will give Allen problems because Allen has never fought a guy like Max before, never. Max fought guys like Allen before, but Allen hasn't fought guys like Max before, who just come at you relentlessly for 25 minutes with crazy output, explosive striking, very unorthodox striking. Max likes to mix it up, coming from rear angles, throwing a lot of body shots, which play in favor of Max in terms of the 5 rounds, in terms of the stamina and everything. So look, is it possible that Max is just a shadow of himself after a Volk fight? Because some people never come back the same after they get beat down like that. Is it possible that he looks slow, whatever, and gets beaten up by Allen, and maybe his chin has even expired and gets knocked out? Of course it's possible. It's MMA, it's always possible.
Everything is possible in your life when you believe.
But for me, as of what we know about the fighters, as of what we see from the fighters, Max is just one step above, just one step above. And the odds are also very good for Max if you're a betting guy. -115, I believe, favorite, a very small favorite. So great betting odds there for Max. He's 31 years old, he's not like 35, he's 31 years old. Has a lot left in my opinion, even though his body went a lot of miles already. But Max is eager to get back to the title. I saw his interview with Peter Komoto, he looks so fired up. And I think Max will use his lag reach very smartly in that fight, and I don't think the reach advantage in the arms of Allen will play any factor at all. As I said, Max likes to explode into his range and everything, and I believe he will wear on him for 5 rounds, beat him down, and win a decision with that. I don't think he will be 50-45 or something. I say, if I would have to predict the judges even, I would say 49-48. Max Holloway. As I said, sum it up, he will just put a volume on Allen that he hasn't seen before. Max will be a little bit angry from that Volk fight because you can see it, as I said, in his interviews and stuff. It doesn't wear good on him. He's pretty angry about his performance and stuff, and he wants to make up for that. And he wants to get back to title contentions, especially with Volk possibly moving up to lightweight soon, completely. So Max Holloway gets it done. Best is blessed, baby. This is my prediction. Write your prediction in the comments. Why does who win? Write in the comments, guys. Would highly appreciate that. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and most importantly, for you, that you are blessed. Eat your vegetables, guys. Until next time, bye-bye. Blood sport out.
Eat your vegetables.